Republic in Spain. The stateful coup was succeeded. The two Bulgarias existed. And the Soviet Union decided to declare war on the other Bulgaria and ask a military alliance and offer a military alliance. A non-aggression pact and improved relations with the communist Bulgaria. The Soviet Union, also known as USSR, decided to advance to enemy Bulgaria and try to improve relations with the Greek government because they saw that Greeks was trying its best to somehow be attacked by the Bulgarians. The Soviets, on this other hand, are trying to help the Greeks, and it doesn't matter to effect. The Soviets start pushing the best they can. The other Turkish government was created. The Soviets are trying to liberate all of its lands and glory to Bulgaria, the different Bulgaria. The Bulgaria that is basically the true Bulgaria, not the ones that are trying to take over Greece. And once and for all, the communism is spreading. Trotsky permanent revolution is done. Norway has capitulated. The Germans have everything. They are trying to invade the UK. That will be their next task to do it. The Turks are not giving any chances, but the Soviets are still taking over and trying to fight the Turks. The things are getting so on. As the Soviets keep pushing on to Turkey, the other Turkey will be puppeted. The thing is starting to get real, but one day Yugoslavia will have a civil war, and it will be dreadful. The African campaign is not going so well, and especially for UK because it was surrounded by two sides. But again, thanks to those stupid Germans, they keep losing, and Soviets will help the UK. They will join the Allies. The Soviet-Russian Navy is attacking the Turks. The Turks are losing. Many ships of the Turks are being decimated, destroyed. The same battle has been. The Soviets were ready because they have a massive fleet. Huge fleet that were prepared for a long, long time. Trotsky decided to send an lend-lease to UK. He knew that UK is fighting alone, so he's gonna help it and strike it. He even told the Churchill to himself that he's preparing, so there is no way that Germany is gonna win. Germany is now forcing UK to become fascists. They're literally forcing the British Union of Fascism to be born. And to be supported as all. So then the UK can join the Axis the same way the United States. The Germans had a plan to annihilate UK and corrupt them. But this is not going to happen because the Trotsky is in charge. And he's going to do something much, much better. He's going to have a huge war against Germany. Huge one. And this is gonna be the most powerful war we can ever see. 50 and 28 divisions against the whole German Reich. But it's now preparing for a communist revolution of Yugoslavia. Still, it's not ready to go to war. If the Soviets decided to have technology infantry equipment 3, Trotsky is ready. He is gonna have another brigade of infantry in planning of the Matrix. As the UK start pushing on, they took over all the Libya. UK started to push on. If the AOA falls, that means the Italian Eastern Africa Corps fall. The UK is still facing a problem because German Reich is still trying to stage a coup and spread fascism. But the Germany have their problem too because KPD is rising. Is their political party is gonna rise. The battle in Africa is going as well. Trotsky is preparing himself. He's moving all the industries into the other places so he can prepare for a launch attack against the German Reich. As the Yugoslavian civil war had begun, the two sides are engaging on each other. The Soviet Union is preparing for a massive attack on German Reich, while the UK is still getting a mass popularity support of 19% of fascists. This is not good. It's gonna continue like this, it's gonna go badly for UK. In the southern Scotland, the fascist support is getting very, very hard. There's gonna be a civil war on UK. The Soviet troops have arrived. They have started to attacking the enemy. The Kev-1 tanks are more powerful than the older version. The Karatorchevs, no chance. When the Soviet tanks march all the way to Belgrade, they will have no chance to fight anyone. They will surrender. Yugoslavian troops are going back. The monarchist Yugoslavian troops, of course. And the Sıfırıye ones are winning. The Belgrade is almost going to get captured, meaning the king is going to flee. And the entire of it is going to surrender. The large push has been happening near Pristina. There is no way for the Soviet troops were prepared for the massive attack. They were preparing for a long time. The tanks are still equipped, strongly made out of iron steel. The German invasion was starting to attack in the UK. But the UK is gonna push them back. UK is not gonna stand and do nothing. They're gonna push them back. Belgrade is almost a fail. All the tanks are marching all the way. the king will get removed. The UK is going to push back the Germans as long as it goes well. There is no way that the Germans will be available to land on these lands. UK had a little bit push. It's going as well, as the British people are not going to respect the Germans for invading their Yorkshire. Rest assured, Germany had failed on the Operation Sea Lion. They were trying to it, but they failed. But they're still sending a boost popularity support for a civil war to happen in UK, even in the United States. And Roosevelt does not even know about the Serbo Legion of America. Rest assured, United States is still neutral. Not gonna do anything. The China is going well. Trotsky is ready for another civil war of Japan. And as long as it doesn't go as well as bad. The Belgrade fails. The entire Karađorđević failed. There was no way for Karađorđević to survive. He had fled. The D-Day happens. The liberation of France has begun. But if it's not going to be a civil war, then the Soviet Union will have to wait for more. As a massive shock or turning event, the Soviet Union declared war on Germany. And it's gonna be a liberation time. It is gonna be. The Soviets were preparing for a long time scale against the German Reich, while the UK is still fighting on its grip. The Germans don't even know that UK lands are not gonna be theirs, and that the Soviets were basically preparing for a massive attack on the German Reich. German Reich was not ready, and was never ready for this. Including this, the Allies are now more powerful than ever. The UK is now going to have a big ally in the Soviet Union that is going to have a great alliance. Trotsky is still improving the relations. He's still improving the relations with Churchill. It's going to be easy because the Poles are getting liberated again. The Poles are getting their lands back because Trotsky don't want to be like Stalin. He appreciated Poles. He cares about them. The German troops have been encirculated by the Soviets. German worst nightmare has begun. There is no chance against the Soviet Union. The Western Allies have already begun advancing all the way, and Free France has been liberated thanks to the other opening front. The German Reich has screwed itself again. There is no chance against Trotsky permanent revolution.